Hello, everyone. I'm Imagination Reigns, and I'm going to tell you why I think, as a new art YouTuber, why you should start posting time lapse videos now. But before I do want to address the reasons out there why most people say time lapse videos are a waste of time, because this is a common sentiment. For one, posting time lapse videos takes little effort, like very little effort. All you have to do, at least if you use Clip Studio Paint, is click a little button that says record time lapse, paint your painting, and you're pretty much 90% done. You don't even have to stop recording in between painting sessions since Clip Studio only records the marks you make on the canvas. Then you just need to choose some royalty free music, and congrats, you just made a YouTube video. Because it's so easy, almost anyone using a digital software platform can do this in probably less than an hour, minus the painting time. So it can be difficult to stand out or really connect with an audience. This leads me to my next point, which is most people find art time lapses boring, usually dropping off in the first 30 seconds. And it's understandable. It's hard to keep someone's attention for 6 to 7 minutes, and I've seen time lapses that go past 30 minutes before they get to the final result. Most people just can't sit and watch a time lapse for that long with no other stimulation but music. There are just too many other entertaining videos on YouTube that you're competing with. I will say that I am one of those people that will watch a full time lapse, especially from an artist I admire. I like watching JJ Canvas's time lapses, for instance, and I do feel I get a small glimpse into his painting process and can learn something from them. But I think more can be learned from a video that has a step by step Bob Ross style tutorial. These are much more beginner friendly, where you can paint along and go from a blank canvas to a finished piece by just following along. That's much more difficult to do from a time lapse video. So, when giving value to your audience, the how to video is going to win over the time lapse. I would say the time lapse video falls more in the entertainment category than instructional. Now, to why I think you should post time lapse videos, even after these reasons not to. If you're a new YouTube artist, and especially if you're introverted like me, your greatest obstacle posting on YouTube isn't going to be finding the right equipment or software to use or figuring out how to post on YouTube. In fact, if you're anything like me, you already have a master plan on what to do, have done a ton of research, and have a long list of ideas for video content. Your greatest obstacle is going to be overcoming the fear of posting. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have about your target audience, your knowledge about how YouTube works. It doesn't matter how many ideas you have to post on your channel. If you don't start, they're meaningless. So the first goal should be to create a habit of posting with as little barrier to entry as possible. Because the harder it is, the less likely you'll consistently do it. It's kind of like starting an exercise routine. If the exercises are too hard, you won't do them. You might last a couple of days, but eventually the pain combined with all the stresses of life will make a well laid out plan meaningless. It's better to start easy and then slowly amp up the difficulty. And as you post your time lapse videos, you'll slowly learn the harder aspects of YouTube. Like, what equipment will make your videos better if you want to add audio or video? What website do I want to use for music? Which one has the best options? What do I need to know about keywords and SEO? What does my audience like and dislike? How do I make my scripts better? All this can be learned slowly as you go while you're overcoming the fear of putting yourself out there on YouTube and, most importantly, creating a consistent habit of making content. Because in the long haul, consistency is going to be your best friend. Making content when you're scared, tired, or just don't feel like doing anything, because you will have those days, is difficult and comes down to creating a habit. I often like to go to a channel I admire and scroll all the way down to the first videos. It's just a boost to my own confidence when I see how much they've grown since their first posting. It lets me know that everyone starts from a similar starting point, and it is possible to get to where they are. If you're nervous about showing your face or you can't stand the sound of your voice, time-lapse videos also allow you to start without having to tackle that fear just yet. You're able to first conquer the fear of showcasing your art to the world before revealing your face or voice. Baby steps. Some advice that I give myself about overcoming my fear, because I am definitely still fearful. I know that not everyone is going to like my content. I'm not for everyone. But someone out there, even if it's small, are a group of people who are going to connect with me and my art. And that's who I make my content for myself and that small group. Once you get this acceptance that you'll never appease 100% of people, maybe not even 50%, it kind of takes some of that fear away. I also would say think of your audience, but also do this for you. If you make your content because you're passionate or you get at least some fun out of creating content, it'll get you through those times where there are no views and there are no likes. Art is an expression of the self, and at least in my opinion, artists create because they have to. It is our way of showing our inner selves when words aren't enough. I know this can increase the fear that you're sharing a deep part of yourself with the world and exposing yourself to rejection, but just remember, this is for you. And there are other artists and people out there who will find and connect with you. I sometimes ask myself, why am I posting this painting? There are probably a million other Northern Lights paintings out there. Why bother? But each one of us, with our own backgrounds, life experiences, and imagination, will always bring something unique to a painting. If 10 people painted the same subject, they're all going to look a little different. We all see things differently or have different stories that we want to tell, and that viewpoint is worth expressing. So if you're out there and you're battling with the thought of whether you should share your art with the world or if posting a time lapse is even worth it, just do it. Even though it may not seem like it, the act of just doing something is a huge step forward. Thanks for listening, everyone, and keep painting.